Movie review: Family Hurt, with story written by Bio Dunsteven, also starring as Darasimi. This movie, titled Family Hurt, is directed by Olorunfemi Akingbola, produced by Rita Nyugani and Bio Dunsteven, and executively produced by Bio Dunsteven herself. The movie is currently streaming on the latter's YouTube channel with same name. Synopsis: Araola Era Wunmi Toriola and Darasimi sister Mi Bio Dunsteven are sisters. They have a son and a daughter, respectively. While the former, being the youngest, appears to be well off financially, we cannot say the same of the latter, being the eldest, or so it seems. We would then see Darasimi almost living off of Era until an occurrence that then threatens their relationship. My take: I appreciate the fact that I could watch this with my kids. Something that is hard to come by in the Nollywood of nowadays. Acting from the totality of the cast was somewhat okay, though not entirely impressive. Miwa nonetheless did great from when her screen time started, but Blessing Obasi and Z Azia Chinedu did it best for me. She managed to add color with sprinkles of hilarious moments to the movie with her interpretation of the character she played, even though she had limited scenes. Although the story has potentials, the plot is, however, underwhelming. Maybe I approached this with a wee bit of high expectations, hence my disappointment. But the poster didn't help matters much either, as it is somewhat misleading in a certain kind of way. True, the things that happen in some families, as highlighted here, deadbeat fathers, ungrateful relatives, would leave your mouth agape. However, for the direction this movie took, the plot isn't as compelling. Some things appeared exaggerated or overly stretched. Some scenes were dragged unnecessarily, repeated dialogues that added next to nothing to an already struggling plot, with missing links here and there as an obvious result of continuity issues. This feels more like a rushed project than one where there was an actual brainstorming for adequate result. In all honesty, I wasn't drawn into the world of either of the lead characters. My observation and questions: 1. I only got to know Darasimi's name from the end credit of the movie. The most I heard her being called is Sister Me, and that's from Era. 2. What does Era do for a living to maintain her lifestyle? If mentioned, did we ever see her in any related environment physically or by reference? 3. Where did the character of Esther come from? When we saw Akin's father, Mr. Adaramoy, portrayed by Sola Ezen, Esther referred to him as Daddy. Or is it one of those everybody calls him Daddy thingy? Even Ara too mentioned your father while talking to Esther. Now, this transpired from around frame 38:05 or so, the only scene we saw or heard anything about Esther. Or wait, is that supposed to be her PA? That part was rather confusing. For how did Akin finish secondary school before Carrie, played by Miwa Olorunfemi? While I understand that some kids look younger than their age based on stature or physique, Carrie from the start of the movie appeared to have been older than Akin when they were younger. So what happened? 5. 1 minute, Darasimi declares she can't foot the remaining percentage of her daughter's fees abroad. The next, after a series of calls by Era, we're made to understand Carrie is now overseas. We never saw Dara ask Era how she did it or even acknowledge it. Did I miss something? 6. In the third act, I was hoping to see a kin weather home or even some make-believe abroad. We never did. It became more of Carrie till the end. 7. At the beginning of the movie, I was ding to see Carrie's reaction after that second scene when her mom lied about her school shoes. Seems little Carrie wasn't given as much lines. Conclusively, this is a movie about some hurts in families that could change even the softest of people. It, however, didn't do it much for me as per delivery and execution. Hence, the rating above. Have you seen this? What did you think? Yes, I have. Nice movie, but like you pointed out rightly, Era's source of income was never known. Esther showed up from nowhere. For Akin, I believe the movie wasn't really much about him as he didn't feature in the poster. I guessed Akin and Carrie were in same class. Think many don't understand why people review movies. I have my assumptions on why it done by different people. But if screenwriters will take good ones like yours seriously in a while, our movies will cross more borders. I am looking forward to days where our different races would be hooked to Nollywood movies like dramas and the likes. I wish producers, directors, screenwriters would sit to review and read scripts before the acting like Koreans do. Ask questions like why that should happen. Is it realistic? Can people relate? If this happens and that happens, does it correlate? What is missing? The errors you rated were noticeable, but I think the execution is good. They did actually use dialogue to talk about the son. Showing him again add little or nothing to the story. Younger Carrie might speak up because most children at that age might not be able to confront their mother. But when she was old enough, she did the right thing. Also, I think her name Darasimi was mentioned at one point, but I can't remember. One thing about story writing, once the name has been established in the story, usage will depend on the relationship people have with the said individual. I think the information the story was trying to pass was beautifully passed and lots of lessons to be learnt. And it's a breath of fresh air from all the love movies scattered all over YouTube. I have watched it. Yes, the film dragged a bit. The Esther part too, I was wondering too. Miwa is obviously older to me, but they did not get that part so well. I still enjoyed it. A lot of lessons to be learned as a parent. She had just one daughter, and you allowed someone else raise her when you are alive, and you want to reap the fruits of your labor. Her daughter was even nice. Some children will not even send you. Parents, let your kids stay with you, even if it's one room. Manage. I know someone that has 3 children. They did not grow up with their parents. The father is late and now no emotion for the mom. The both children don't really send their mother. No closeness, no bond. One of them has been abroad for years but can't invite the mom, while she can invite her in-law who she prefers over her mother. As parents, let's do better. Create that bond in your children now. When they grow up, the closeness can continue. If you don't build friendship with your kids now, the parent will regret it. Miwa's biological mother lived off people's money. Remember the alhaji she collected money from. Miwa's mom character was so terrible. I was upset. She collected money from people but couldn't even buy herself nice clothes for herself. Not like she was spending the money on her daughter. I also expected to see the boy. No communication between the kids. About number 5 you pointed out. Some people are just ingrates and entitled but. Me I said these kind character maybe only west and south, 'cause northerners the rich one would have woken up and drawn some lines. Your observations and questions are right. I thought Esther was a maid or distant relative. Vehemently disagree with your rating. But I understand and respect the fact you are watching from a technical perspective as the critic you are. From a purely audience perspective, this was an awesome watch, very didactic. Wunmi delivered one of her most mature performance in this movie.